Good morning, students. This is a class for BA Part 3, English Literature, and we were doing last ride together in my earlier lecture. We will continue where we left. We were talking about the lover's superior uh, feeling. He was trying to compare himself with the destiny of a poet, a sculptor, and soldier and statesman. Now let us see what is there in stanza 8th. We have done up to this part and now we begin from line number 78. Now in this stanza we see the lover feels himself superior to a sculptor and the musician. A sculptor and musician cannot achieve their ideal, but the lover achieves a part of his ideal, which is his last wish to ride with his beloved, and this is granted, and therefore he seems to be happier. We can see uh, Browning's philosophy, where he seems to prefer the real to the abstract and the ideal. Now we read the poem. And you, great sculptor, so you gave a score of years to art. Score means 20. Almost 20 years dedicated in creating a sculpture, a piece of art. Sculptor is actually a मूर्ति बनाने वाला. So sculptor takes almost 20 years to complete his art. Her slave. And in this manner, working day and night to perfect one's sculpturing art, you can say one becomes almost a slave to the art, and that is your Venus. And when you work 20 years and create a sculpture that of Venus, that is the goddess of beauty, goddess of love. So the poet indicates that the sculptor had created the beautiful sculpture of Venus. Whence means from where we turn to yonder. Yonder means that girl that fords the burn, which changes the course. Fords the burn means crosses. Burn is actually a small river, a small stream. So a simple girl who is actually crossing the water is better, is considered to be better than the piece of art. Actually, this is what we already talked. Browning prefers the real one to the abstract and ideal, although the abstract might be very beautiful. So, a simple girl is preferred instead of the sculpture or a statue by the common man. You acquiesce. Acquiesce means agree. You agree, and shall I repine? Shall I repine means shall I feel discontented or unhappy? The question is rhetorical and it has its answer that I cannot repine, I shall not repine, I shall not be discontented. That is to say, actually, the lover says to the sculptor that he agrees with his fate. He does not complain if people are not interested in he does not complain if people are not interested in his statues as they are interested in the real, the living objects of beauty. The lover's destiny is the same as that of the sculptor. He also has not fulfilled his complete ideal or the desire. But should he feel sorry? The answer is no. He should not be unhappy. And now we read further. What? Man of music? Now he turns towards a musician. He thinks of a musician. The lover lover tries to compare a musician. You grown grey with notes. Grown grey means become old. Grey means white. जब आदमी के बाल सफ़ेद हो जाते हैं तब. तो you grown grey. You have become old with notes, musical notes, and nothing else to say. You have thought about nothing else in life except to compose music. Is this your sole praise from a friend? When you have composed your best, your friends praise in this manner, and are you satisfied with this sole praise? Greatly his opera's strains intent. Opera is actually a musical drama, you can say. His opera's strains means songs. The songs of the opera intend greatly. Put in music, we know how fashions end. But if we talk about music, we know the fashions in music change very fast. So they are also not very permanent. Although the musician composes his songs with great labor and pain, but still the fashions in music keep changing. The music of today become the music out of fashion tomorrow. I gave my youth. He says that I also uh, dedicated myself, my youth, to this lady, but we write in fine, and he feels himself happy that at least his last wish is complete. And in this manner, in this stanza, he compares his destiny with a sculptor and a magician, and he believes that he is happier than these two. Now we move forward. We enter into stanza 9. Nobody knows what is fit for man and what is good for human life. We must hope that the greatest joy of our life can be achieved in heaven, if not upon this earth. If the lover fails to win his beloved, there is a life beyond where he can try and make his beloved his own. Who knows what is fit for us? Nobody knows. Had fate proposed bliss here, if destiny had proposed that I should be successful, I should be blessed here, should sublimate my being, and this blessing may sublimate means uplift, make my life happy as that of gods in heaven, to sublimate my being, my existence, my life. Had I signed the bond, and if I had signed the bond of love here on this earth, still one must lead some life beyond. And here we see that Browning believes in life beyond, that is, a life after death, and heaven is there. He believes, then he says, still one must lead some life beyond. If his life has been perfect on this earth, what he would think of living after his death? Have a bliss to die with. You must always have something blessed, something like that of a bliss to die with. Dim descried. Describe means see. So dim descried means which you do not see clearly. So you should die with a goal, with a with an aim or with some ideal which you are not which you are not able to see clearly. This foot, once planted on the goal, if you put your foot on the goal, firmly. That is to say, if you have achieved your goal, this glory garland around my soul. If garland means the victory around my soul, could I describe such? Could I see such? Try and test. You can just try, you can test. I sink back shuddering. Shudder means tremble. I shudder. I The lover feels a sense of trembling. I shudder means वो झिझकता है. I sink back shuddering from the quest. Quest means inquiry. Earth being so good, would heaven seem best? This is actually the gist of the question. If you feel that earth is perfect, would you how would you be able to find that heaven is better? Heaven is the best place. Now, heaven and she both are beyond this right. Now, heaven and she are beyond this right. That is to say, he has still to see something better than the earthly existence, to look beyond, to hope, to achieve in heaven. Now, we enter into the next stanza. In this stanza, the lover is definite that his sweetheart, his beloved, has completely rejected him. But still, a slight hope rises in him. He wishes that the ride with his lady love may go on forever and ever. Let us see the poem. And yet, she has not spoken so long. He exclaims that the lady during this last ride has not spoken even a single word. What if heaven be? What if it is the wish of heaven that fair and strong, at life's best, with our eyes upturned, whither life's flower is first discerned, the lover's sweetheart rides with him but does not utter a single syllable. This makes him feel as if he were in heaven, enjoying the highest kind of bliss. He feels himself at the best of life's period. It would be heaven if life were at its best on the earth when his sweetheart is riding with him. When he says eyes upturned, we can see that he is looking towards heaven. When he says at life's best with our eyes upturned, we can say he is thinking about heaven, heavenly existence, where the lovers see very clearly the beautiful colors and flowers of life. We, fixed so, ever should so abide. If we are fixed in this manner, if we are joined in this manner, can we ever abide? Abide in this manner means be together in this manner. What if we still ride on? It is quite possible. He imagines that we continue to ride on and on. We too, with life forever old yet new. The, they may grow old in years, but in desires they may be new, changed not in kind but in degree. Heaven should not change their lives radically, but merely intensify their pleasures. He wishes. Their life would be the same, but their joys will be more intense, he believes. The instant made eternity. The lovers hope that the short ride will change into everlasting ride. It is quite possible. This instant, this momentary being may be changed into eternity, means a state of permanence, maybe They continue riding and riding and riding, means living together. Heaven just prove that I and she ride. It is quite possible. Maybe it is the wish of heaven that during this ride only something happen which will make them ride and ride together forever ride. That is to say, maybe they start living together. Riding here means living together, living in togetherness. So it is quite possible that during this ride, heaven may prove, heaven may bless them that they ride together and together. And in this manner, on a note of optimism, the poem comes to an end. The lover's strong optimism is remarkable, it is noteworthy. That is all for today. Thank you.